What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we had a game against the Philadelphia 76ers, the second game that the Chicago Bulls played against Philadelphia in consecutive days, and the Bulls got wiped off the floor essentially. They got humiliated, embarrassed, and just beaten badly against this Philadelphia 76ers team. And although I expected the Bulls to lose, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I fully expected the Bulls to lose this game. I expected the Bulls to lose both games, in all honesty. It's still, even when you expect it, extremely disappointing to see the Bulls go out like that against Philadelphia. And again, I'm always at that mindset of you should never, ever get blown out like that at home. And I feel like it's happened way too often to the Chicago Bulls team this season. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not you believe, this will go back to, the way the Chicago Bulls used to play. A lot of people still feel there's not massive changes to this team, but the Bulls have won a fair few amount of games now than we've lost. So there's still improvement there for the Chicago Bulls that we can look at and smile about, or look at and say, okay, that's a step, it's a start, and stuff like that. But a loss like this can ruin everything for the Chicago Bulls. Just like a win against Philadelphia could change everything, a loss like this can change everything. A win against Denver, the way that we played, could change everything for the Chicago Bulls, but then when you lose to the Indiana Pacers in the way that you do, things like that, it can change. Things can change the way that we win and lose games. And look, I expect this Bulls team to not win every single game. I still feel like we are fairly mediocre in how we play. We are nowhere near the level we were last year with that Lonzo Ball lineup with Zach, DeMar, Vooch, Patrick Williams, all of that. We're not on that level. We haven't been on that level for over a year now, I would say. But I expected more than this. I think this is an absolute disaster of a loss. If you don't know the score, to be fair, I know a lot of people just stopped watching this game. I saw it on social media. My friends stopped watching this game as well, and I can't blame you. This was a rough game to watch. We lost this game 116-91, and again, I'm not surprised you heard boos at the United Center. I'm not surprised that you saw a lot of displeasure by those fans that went and paid their hard-earned money to watch the Chicago Bulls, because the way that I saw it, it felt like the Bulls didn't want to be there, which is extremely upsetting because it was clear as day the fans wanted to see the Bulls. The fans wanted to see us continue our momentum. The fans wanted to see that Chicago Bulls team play with a lot of energy, a lot of heart and desire. I think it was clear as day from the very beginning of the game that was not shown by this Bulls team. In the last game reaction, I was talking about the Undertaker streak and how the streak is over with Joel Embiid. Well, to be fair, 23-1, that's pretty close to the Undertaker streak, and that is where Philadelphia's lead came from. They had a 23-1 point start in the first quarter, and from then, the Bulls never really looked in the game. From the very beginning to the very end, this was annihilation, this was humiliation, and this was embarrassing to watch by this Bulls team. And again, I'm not surprised that people stopped watching this game. I'll be honest with you, if I wasn't doing game reactions after these games, I would have stopped watching this game. I would have closed it at halftime. I would have focused on other things. Still very busy on uni assignments. Still got a social life I'd like to attend to a little bit more. There's so much more I could have done with my time. But I decided to stick through this game. Stick through the pain. I know a lot of people have as well. I'm not saying I'm special in any way. But I'm just saying that I think as Bulls fans, we can all expect better. I can understand completely losing to Philly. I can. They're a great team. With James Harden, without James Harden, they're a fantastic team. They are where they are for a reason. And they have great coaching, everything above. They're a great team, and they should be one of those teams, even if they're not the favorites to win the championship, you always got to put Philly in the conversation. You do. Even if it's not at a top level. But still, you should never ever get blown out like that at home. Again, it's happened way too many times this season. I'm very thankful that the Bulls have turned it around over the course of the last couple of weeks post All-Star break. We've done very, very well as a team. And I hope a loss like this doesn't demoralize us or doesn't make this team second-guess themselves or second-guess their progress. They've made some good progress. but throughout the course of the whole season, this Bulls team at home has experienced multiple comeback losses by other teams when we were up big and we let it slip away. We have seen multiple blowouts. We've seen multiple times that the Bulls players have come out and said, we don't play with enough energy. I just feel so sorry that all of this is happening at home. The Bulls faithful, the Bulls organization, their fans are the most loyal in the NBA. Again, we have sucked for so long now. We haven't won a championship in so long now. But Bulls fans still keep coming to these games. And they should not be seeing that when they come to these games, especially by a team that they've seen the improvements from. So many people are excited to see this Bulls team again. The Pat Bev effect, how our bench is so young and can run and can do multiple things on the floor and everything like that. I'm sorry. I can't sit here and defend that performance. I can't sit here and say, look, we've done so many great things. Let's forget about this game and move over into the next one. I'm sure that's what the players are going to say. We've got to forget about this. We have a big game against Portland. I know that people are going to say that. But as a fan, watching that game, I can't accept the losing the way that we lost. I can't accept being down 23-1 and never really fighting back from it. Again, it's not a great night. It's just not a good time to watch a game like that and just support this team. It's just unacceptable. That is the key word here. It is truly unacceptable. What went wrong? Well, obviously the Bulls couldn't make their shots. The fact that we went 6 minutes without scoring a basket is a key indicator. The Bulls very much lacked the shot-making ability in this game. I thought our energy was extremely poor in this game. Again, this is when you need to see, and look, Billy Donovan has been praised a lot for his adjustments recently. I don't think Billy Donovan made the right adjustments today. And I apologize for not giving him the praise when he deserved to get the praise, but he's going to get the criticism now. I don't think he made the right adjustments. I think, honestly, in a game like this, when the starters don't come out ready to play, every single one of them didn't come out ready to play. From Patrick Beverley, who you expect, I guess, a good energy from, that's what he's there to be, to Zach LaVine, to DeMar, Vucevic, Patrick Williams, all of them did not come out ready to play. I say put the bench in for extended minutes because you need some energy, and the bench is filled with energy. Dalen Terry filled with energy, Javonte Green filled with energy, Derrick Jones filled with energy, Kobe White's probably my player of the game today. I don't know the stats behind him, but I saw energy in Kobe White that I didn't see in almost any other player on this team. So again, it's something that we had to have seen and we didn't see. And not only that, Andre Drummond as well was playing a fantastic game for the Chicago Bulls in those early minutes, and he gets substituted out extremely quickly. And I think that changed the game for us as well. And it's one of the reasons as well why I didn't necessarily praise Billy Donovan's adjustments that well. I know a lot of people have, but I just felt like we're always going to fall back in love with small ball a little bit too much. And I think that's exactly what we saw in this game. But to me, that loss is on everybody. I'm not going to just select Billy Donovan as the reason why we lost. You can't come out here and score 1 point when another team scored 23. That's not on Billy Donovan. You can't blame Billy Donovan for scoring 1 point in 6 minutes. That's a Bulls player's problem as well. And again, everything just went wrong today. And I can't defend that. It's inexcusable and it's undefendable in many ways. Just like the Bulls, they couldn't defend today. That is undefendable in every sense of the word. So fair play to Philly on a great game. Again, I don't think anyone is really surprised that Philly's a good team. Look, if you've been watching the NBA, you know about Philly. You know their win streak. You know Joel Embiid is playing at an MVP caliber level. And you know James Harden's a big loss for them. And that is still disappointing that we lost that game with James Harden out of that lineup. So it is what it is. The must improve would be the whole team. And the player of the game for me would be Kobe White. But again, that means little to nothing in this point in time. But I will say this about Kobe White before I go, and I don't mean just to make this a Kobe White video, but the way that I see it, we need to keep this guy at all costs. I really think he's developing into one hell of a player for the Bulls in so many different ways, and his development, in my opinion, is one of the only really bright spots in terms of development out of our whole season. Both himself and him working hard on his game, and Bulls developing players. In my opinion, he's the biggest bright spot of this Bulls team this season, the way that I see it. And I think he's an absolute keeper at all costs. Hopefully the Bulls don't screw that up. But we'll wait and see what ends up happening. It is what it is. But I'm going to end this video here. Our next game is against Portland. I believe this is a Portland team without Damian Lillard. I did hear the Bulls commentators say that they're going to shut Damian Lillard out, I guess, up for the season, essentially. He's not going to play the rest of the season. There's not too long to go, in all fairness, so I can understand it. But at the same time, they were very close to a play-in tournament, so you can clearly see where their priorities are at. And I'm very, very much understanding a Damian Lillard situation. They were not far away from the play-in. They could have made the playoffs. And for a player that wants to compete like Damian Lillard to be, I guess, shut off for the rest of the season so they could go in a more tanking mode and try to get a pick, again, I can understand his frustration, but we can't focus on them. We've got to focus on us. We're not going to get their pick either, so the Bulls might not end up having a pick this season. It is what it is. I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls video. On behalf of the Bulls, because I know you probably won't get an apology from the Bulls, I apologize on behalf of them, because the Bulls fans that went to that game, the Bulls fans that paid money to watch that game, the worldwide Bulls community like myself, we all deserve better than that. And let's hope that's something that we do not see again. And at least don't do it at home. That's the bare minimum I can ask. Do not get blown out like that at home, because those fans do not deserve to see that. I think everybody can agree that the home court has to be a place that is feared. The United Center has to be a place where people come to that arena and they are feared and they're fearful. The players are nervous. They're pressure. And the fans are not the problem there. They bring the energy every single game. A playoff atmosphere in the playoffs, we're probably one of the best at doing it. I think it's everything else. I think it's the coaching, the players, the energy of those players. They just did not come ready to play, and you cannot do that at home. Anyway, have a wonderful and safe day. I'll see you in the next Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.